Okay, so this is a summary of Sir Gawain and the Green Knight. Alright, so the story begins. It is a Christmas time in King Arthur's court. So obviously, it's Christmas is coming and the New Year is approaching, and everybody's just in celebration, being with together. There's love and there's just like friends celebration and typical just holiday season, right? So at that specific time, out of nowhere, a Green Knight comes. A Green Knight with a holly bob in one hand and a gold axe in the other. And what he does is he approaches the King Arthur and he challenges him in a way. So he proposes a deal to Arthur himself, and that being that Arthur takes a hack at his neck with his own axe, with an axe actually. And Arthur traveling to find the Green Knight so he can return the favor a year later. And he tells him to in search of the Green Chapel to find him. So at this, everyone thinks he's crazy and it's not believing him. But Sir Gawain takes up the offer, like he takes a challenge instead of King Arthur. So at this point, they have a battle, and Gawain hacks his head off. The Green Knight bleeds everywhere, and in the end, the Green Knight gets up, picks up his head, and reminds Gawain to find him a year from now so he can return the favor, so he can do the same thing. Then he just leaves, and he tells him to come in search of a Green Chapel, if he could find it. And a year later of a journey, Gawain's journey to find the Green Knight, which is a year. Times passes, things happen, and the Green Knight searches. The Sir Gawain searches for the Green Knight. Okay, so then at this point, Sir Gawain he leaves and he goes in search of the Green Chapel within a period of a year, right? So, but right, this is before that. So once back to at the court, once the Green Knight leaves, Sir Gawain he prepares and he puts on his armor, suit, gets his horse and shields, and he prepares to go out on his journey, and where he has to go out into the wilderness and he has to live on through the different seasons. And Sir Gawain, after he's like prepared and he's dressed to go, he says goodbye to his friends and he tells everybody goodbye. And within that, he travels through North Wales, the coast of England, and he just goes on to looking for the Green Chapel. So then he fights, and he deals with wolves, dragons, bulls, bears, and different animals that just boars. Yeah, so and giants. So they turn out as animals start turning out as enemies, and he has to encounter with them and he has to learn how to fight. So then Sir Gawain is forced to sleep in his armor and sleeps in the different seasons where sometimes he's frozen, like nearly freezes to death, and goes on to this journey traveling through forest and through different times of the season. So, and finally, on Christmas Eve of the following year, the desperate Sir Gawain, one night he prays to Virgin Mary, and he was looking for a chapel where he could attend the Mass, which is Christmas Eve, and he wanted to attend the Mass. So he repents his sins, and then he looks up, and he just finds this castle, and this castle of a lord, and where he's gladly introduced, and he's really honored by, welcomed by the people. And this is a form of hope for him because he was pretty much dying, and in a way he needed some closure. So Sir Gawain, he goes into this castle, and in the castle he's welcomed with women from the Lord. He's because due to some the fame of him being King Arthur's nephews, that brings him a lot of people to cherish him. So people offer him food, great service, rest. So he's he's off, like he's welcomed with good. They give him clothes, they give him a place to stay, and women celebrate overnight, and he just goes off into rest in a way. So after this, it's Christmas morning, and so Sir Gawain he gets off, and he decides to go off on a search again. But then, due to this, because time is coming, and it's about to be a year within the new year, and he knows that he has to get going, and so Godwin refuses like a long stay, and he knows that he needs to get going in order to search for the Green Chapel because he doesn't want to he doesn't want to be looking as to fail. So, and then the Lord tells him that the Green Chapel is only 2 miles away, and Godwin thanks him and accepts the invitation, an invitation from the Lord, and that he could stay there for 3 more days until it's the new year to celebrate. And so Godwin stays the night, and he goes to bed, and he stays there, and he's welcomed with women, and two ladies in particular. And so at this, the two men, they are gone into search. They go off into search for the Green Chapel for Sir Gawain, and so he's not going, and the two men go off, and they they do they go off and to kill the Green Knight in a way and do the stuff for him while he stays at the castle and just stays there. Night.